Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about destructible physics within Unity. So you can see I've got my little house here and I'm just slowly destroying it with my little projectiles. Now what this is called Nvida Blast. It used to be called Nvida Apex, and my first interaction with it was within the Unreal Engine actually. It was built into the Unreal Engine. Now for whatever reason, Unity never decided to build in Apex or Blast into its engine, not internally and not through the package manager even. I've seen a lot of different kind of assets on the asset store that you have to pay for in order to kind of enable NVIDIA Blast, but that's not actually how I've done this, because there's also a free online wrapper that you can use to get the same results, right? So that's actually what I'm using. The online wrapper basically just allows you to fracture your mesh. So it takes this particular mesh here and it will fracture it and give you back a prefab of that fractured mesh. So it's really quite useful. Now the only coding that I have done for this is for the projectile itself. So what you'll notice when I fire the projectile is that it has kind of a sphere of influence. And that's kind of something that I wanted to have with that projectile. I wanted to kind of get it to a kind of a missile simulation as close as possible. Now this mesh itself is actually several different meshes brought in individually. The reason that I'm doing that is because I didn't want to bring it in as one piece, because if you hit the front and this was all one piece, it would all fall down all at once. So I wanted to be able to hit the front, hit the side, hit the back, and those would fall down kind of individually. So what happens here is that my projectile will hit the wall, it'll detect that a collision has occurred, and then it will cast a physics overlap sphere. What it's going to do then is going to detect which meshes actually are destructible and ask those meshes to switch out to the fractured mesh, right? Now as well, there is a bit of a delay when the mesh has to get switched out to the fractured mesh. So once that frame is finished, I actually implement a force as well to blow back the fractured mesh. So let's have a look at how this looks when I hit the top right hand corner here of this. So the top floor is going to collapse. The right hand side here of this wall is going to collapse, and this is going to get forced back in. So you can see it's got forced back in there. The top floor is collapsed and the side wall is also fractured. So with this projectile as well, the force is contained where the endpoint impact is, right? So as I fire this over here, that gets pushed back first, right? Now that side also fell as well, but I think that was more due to the this wall here. But you can see as I pick off this part, it gets fired away. This part of the wall is fine. So here, I'll throw that there, and the kind of explosion force happens and it hits both parts. So it's pretty realistic. It's decent enough for what I wanted for. So yeah, that's basically it. And that's how you use NVIDIA Blast in Unity.